Hi, and welcome to your ticket to Snoozeville. My name is Suzanne, and I'm your host. And it's my job to help you find your way to Snoozeville. In every episode, I try to pass on a little information that may help you create a better sleep environment, one that meets your needs, or offer some knowledge about your body and its relationship to sleep. But we make the focal part of this podcast about relaxation, about getting you to that transition from wakefulness to sleep. Technically, it's called non-REM stage 1. It's the stage where your muscles have relaxed, your heartbeat and your respiration and your eye movements have all slowed down, and your body's core temperature cools. In this stage, your brain is also making those really nice low-frequency, synchronized alpha waves. That stage of sleep, the first stage, only lasts a few minutes. And it's so light that it would be quite easy to wake you up, and you wouldn't even know that you've been sleeping. But that's the goal here, to get you to stage 1 before the last note of music fades at the end of the episode. Tonight, as you rest your head upon your pillow, we're going to explore something truly fascinating that lives within each one of us and plays a role in helping to wind down, to calm yourself at the end of a busy day. And that's the vagus nerve, your body's own relaxation superhighway. Then, I'll guide you through a special relaxation technique that will help stimulate your vagus nerve and prepare your body for peaceful sleep. And as always, I'll be speaking softly and slowly, so there's no need to focus too intently on my words. Just let them wash over you like gentle waves on a peaceful shore. Before we start, make sure that you are somewhere in which it is safe to fall asleep. I can't stress that enough. Don't go any further unless you're tucked in somewhere snug as a bug. And if you like this podcast, it helps me out if you tell a friend, review it, or you can always buy me a coffee with the link in my show notes. Back to the vagus nerve, which you can think of as a beautiful, meandering river that flows from your brain all the way down through your body. The name vagus comes from the Latin word for wandering, because it wanders throughout your entire body. It's the longest of all your cranial nerves, and it touches nearly every major organ along its path. It monitors and receives information about all your vital organs and sends that information to the brain. And it's part of what scientists call the parasympathetic nervous system. Basically, it's what organizes all your organs to respond when you're in danger and when you're safe. It whispers to your heart to slow down, tells your breathing to become deeper, and encourages your muscles to release their tension. When we feel anxious or unable to sleep, our vagus nerve can become a real ally. It's like having a built-in relaxation button that you can learn to press. Just like a gentle rain can calm a stormy day, stimulating the vagus nerve can help transform your internal weather from turbulent to tranquil. It's helpful to know that your body has this natural ability to find peace. Research shows that when we activate our vagus nerve, it releases a cascade of natural chemicals that help us feel safe and peaceful. It's like opening the window on a spring morning and letting fresh air flow through every room of your house. So now, I'd like to guide you through a special relaxation technique called a long exhale that will help to stimulate your vagus nerve and prepare your body for peaceful sleep. Find a comfortable position and allow your body to settle into your bed. I'm going to give you a few seconds to make sure you're feeling cozy and in just the right spot. We know that all the good stuff happens to your body during the exhale. It's when we exhale that the vagus nerve is most effectively stimulated, and your heart gets the message to start slowing down. So when we breathe with a long exhale, we want to inhale for 4 seconds, hold it briefly, and then exhale for 8 seconds. Let's start. In for 4 seconds. Hold and out for 8 seconds. Beautiful. Now, if you find that made you a little dizzy, stop. We don't want you to hyperventilate. You can alter this to whatever is comfortable for you. If it feels better, try 4 in and 6 seconds out. Never do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or lightheaded. And the next time we try this, I want you to breathe deeply through your nose and imagine the air as a gentle stream of warmth flowing down your throat, through your chest, and into your belly. When you exhale, breathe through your mouth, releasing any tension you've been holding. The breathing is more effective as well if you exhale through pursed lips. Make a little round shape with your lips when you breathe out. Let's keep going. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold and breathe out for 8. Nice. As you exhale, your muscles should start to feel a little heavier. Your legs might feel as though they're sinking gently into the mattress. Keep breathing, and remember, this type of breath work with a long exhale is something you can do anytime you're feeling anxious or stressed or pushed into a fight or flight response. It gives you control of your physiology. Control your breathing, and you can control your stress. Again, in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the warmth flowing through your body. Feel how the oxygen nourishes every cell, creating a comfortable weightlessness. With your exhale, any remaining tension in your legs dissolves like sugar in warm tea. And at all times, the exhale needs to be longer than the inhale. Let's do it again. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should feel your abdomen rising gently with your inhale, like an ocean wave. And with the exhale, your entire body should settle deeper into relaxation. Notice how your heartbeat might feel slower, steadier. Together again, in for 4, hold, and out for 8. Keep breathing with a long exhale. As you breathe, feel the muscles around your eyes softening, your jaw becoming loose, your forehead smooth and peaceful. The exhale carries away any remaining facial tension. After a few minutes of this, your entire body should be filled with peaceful energy. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, feel yourself becoming completely heavy, warm, and tranquil. As you practice the long exhale, imagine yourself drifting into a calm, peaceful sea of relaxation. Rest here in this peaceful state. Your vagus nerve is humming quietly, keeping you safe and relaxed. That's the message it's been giving your body and your subconscious the whole time we've been practicing our breath work. You are safe. We live in a world where we are so overstimulated, where we see a multitude of images and hear messages that don't tell us we're safe. No wonder sleep can feel so elusive. But now you are secure. All is exactly as it should be. There's nothing more you need to do. There's nothing you need to think about. Just drift, float, and allow sleep to arrive in its own perfect time. To keep you company a while longer, I'm going to continue reading. We are now up to chapter 11 of Treasure Island. The chapter titled, What I Heard in the Apple Barrel. No, not I, said Silver. Flint was captain. I was quartermaster, along of my timber leg. The same broadside I lost my leg. Old Pew lost his deadlights. It was a master surgeon, him that amputated me. Out of college and all, Latin by the bucket and whatnot. But he was hanged like a dog and sun-dried like the rest at Corso Castle. That was Robert's men, that was, and comed of changing names to their ships, Royal Fortune, and so on. Now, what a ship was christened, so let her stay, I says. So it was with the Cassandra, as brought us all safe home from Malabar, after England took the Viceroy of the Indies. So it was with the old Walrus, Flint's old ship, as I've seen amuck with the red blood, and fit to sink with gold. Ah, cried another voice, that of the youngest hand on board, and evidently full of admiration. He was the flower of the flock, was Flint. Davis was a man too, by all accounts, said Silver. I never sailed along of him, first with England, then with Flint. That's my story. And now here on my own account, in a manner of speaking. I laid by 900 safe from England, and 2,000 after Flint. That ain't bad for a man before the mast. All safe in bank. 'Tain't earning now, it's saving, does it? You may lay to that. Where's all England's men now? I don't know. Where's Flint's? Why, most of 'em aboard here and glad to get the duff. Been begging before that, some of 'em. Old Pew, as had lost his sight, and might have thought shame, spends £1,200 in a year like a lord in Parliament. Where's he now? Well, he's dead now, and under hatches. But for 2 years before that, shiver me timbers, the man was starving. He begged, and he stole, and he cut throats and starved at that by the powers. Well, it ain't much use after all, said the young seaman. 'Tain't much use for fools, you may lay to it. That or nothing, cried Silver. But now, you look here, you're young. You are. But you're as smart as paint. I see that when I set my eyes on you, and I'll talk to you like a man. You may imagine how I felt when I heard this abominable old rogue addressing another in the very same words of flattery as he had used to myself. I think, if I had been able, that I would have killed him through the barrel. Meantime, he ran on, little supposing he was overheard. Here it is about gentlemen of fortune. They lives rough, and they risks swinging, but they eat and drink like fighters. And when a cruise is done, why, it's hundreds of pounds instead of hundreds of farthings in their pockets. Now the most goes for rum and a good fling, and to sea again in their shirts. But that's not the course I lay. I puts it all away, some here, some there, and none too much anywheres by reason of suspicion. I'm 50, mark you. Once back from this cruise, I set up gentlemen in earnest. Time enough too, says you. Ah, but I've lived easy in the meantime, never denied myself or nothing heart desires. And I slept soft and ate dainty all my days, but when at sea. And how did I begin before the mast like you? Well, said the other, But all the other money's gone now, ain't it? You daren't show face in Bristol after this. Why, where might you suppose it was? Asked Silver derisively. At Bristol? In banks and places? Answered his companion. It were, said the cook. It were when we weighed anchor, but my old missus has it all by now. And the spyglass is sold, lease and goodwill and rigging, and the old girl's off to meet me. I wouldn't tell you where, for I trust you, but it'd make jealousy among the mates. And you can trust your missus? Asked the other. Gentlemen of fortune, returned the cook, usually trust little among themselves, and right they are, you may lay to it. But I have a way with me, I have. When a mate brings a slip on his cable, one as knows me, I mean, it won't be in the same world with old John. There was some that was feared of Pew, and some that was feared of Flint. But Flint his own self was feared of me. Feared he was, and proud. They was the roughest crew afloat, was Flint's. The devil himself would have been feared to go to sea with him. Well, now, I tell you, I'm not a boasting man, and you've seen yourself how easy I keep company. But when I was quartermaster, lambs wasn't the word for Flint's old buccaneers. Ah, you may be sure of yourself in old John's ship. Well, I tell you now, replied the lad, I didn't half a quarter like the job till I had this talk with you, John, but there's my hand on it now. And a brave lad you were, and smart too, answered Silver, shaking hands so heartily that all the barrel shook. And a finer figurehead for a gentleman of fortune I never clapped my eyes on. By this time I had begun to understand the meaning of their terms. By a gentleman of fortune, they plainly meant neither more nor less than a common pirate. And the little scene that I had overheard was the last act in the corruption of one of the honest hands, perhaps of the last one left aboard. But on this point I was soon to be relieved, for Silver, giving a little whistle, a third man strolled up and sat down by the party. Dick Square, said Silver, and he turned his quid and spat. But look here, he went on, here's what I want to know. Barbecue, how long are we a-gonna stand off and on like a blessed bumboat? I've had a'most enough of Captain Smollett. He hazed me long enough, by thunder. I want to go into that cabin, I do. I want their pickles and wines and that. Israel, said Silver, your head ain't much account, nor ever was. But you're able to hear, I reckon. Leastways, your ears is big enough. Now here's what I say. You'll berth forward, and you'll live hard, and you'll speak soft, and you'll keep sober, till I give the word, and you may lay to that, my son. Well, I don't say no, do I? Growled the coxswain. What I say is, when? That's what I say. When, by the powers, cried Silver. Well, now, if you want to know, I'll tell you when. The last moment I can manage, and that's when. Here's a first-rate seaman, Captain Smollett. Sails the blessed ship for us. Here's the squire, and doctor, with a map and such. I don't know where it is, do I? No more do you, says you. Well then, I mean, this squire and doctor shall find the stuff and help us to get it aboard by the powers. Then we'll see. If I was sure of you all, sons of double Dutchmen, I'd have Captain Smollett navigate us halfway back again before I struck. Why, we're all seamen aboard here, I should think, said the lad Dick. We're all forecastle hands, you mean, snapped Silver. We can steer a course, but who's to set one? That's what all you gentlemen split on, first and last. If I had my way, I'd have Captain Smollett work us back into the trades at least. Then we'd have no blessed miscalculations and a spoonful of water a day. But I know the sort you are. I'll finish with them at the island as soon as the Blunt's on board, and a pity it is. But you're never happy till you're drunk. Split my sides, I've a sick heart to sail with the likes of you. Easy all Long John, cried Israel. Who's a crossing of you? Why, how many tall ships, think you, now have I seen laid aboard? And how many brisk lads drying in the sun at Execution Dock, cried Silver. And all for this same hurry and hurry. You hear me? I seen a thing or two at sea, I have. If you would only lay your course, and a pint to windward, you would ride in carriages, you would. But not you. I know you. You'll have your mouth full of rum tomorrow and go hang. Everybody knowed you was a kind of chaplain, John, but there's others I could hand and steer as well as you, said Israel. They liked a bit of fun, they did. They weren't so high and dry nohow, but took their fling like jolly companions, every one. So, says Silver. Well, and where are they now? Pew was that sort, and he died a beggar man. Flint was, and he died of rum at Savannah. Ah, they was a sweet crew, they was. Only, where are they? But, asked Dick, when we do lay 'em athwart, what are we to do with them anyhow? There's the man for me, cried the cook, admiringly. That's what I call business. Well, what would you think? Put 'em ashore like maroons? That would have been England's way. Or cut them down like that much pork? That would have been Flint's, or Billy Bones. Billy was the man for that, said Israel. Dead men don't bite, says he. Well, he's dead now himself. He knows the long and short on it now. And if ever a rough hand came to port, it was Billy. Right you are, said Silver, rough and ready. But mark you here, I'm an easy man. I'm quite the gentleman, says you. But this time it's serious. Duty is duty, mates. I give my vote. Death. When I'm in Parliament and riding in my coach, I don't want none of these sea lawyers in the cabin a-comin' home, unlooked for, like the devil at prayers. Wait is what I say. But when the time comes, why...